Ruslan Kogan. Or is it Kogan?
Ruslan Kogan, right?
Ruslan Kogan, but not many people get it right.
Ruslan.
Where's that from, that name?
Russian background.
Russian background.
You're number one.
You're number one on the Young Richies.
The rich list for the youngies.
Oh, for the under 30, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Do you want to be the overall one?
Of course
Wouldn't
he
mind
does.
one day, but a lot of hard work still left to get there.
Yeah.
So how old are you, buddy?
29.
29. And have you been on this? You've been earning a bit of money for a little while, but to get number one on this list, you don't just pop out of nowhere and become number one, do you?
Yeah, well, a lot of people come to me and they say, oh, you've become an overnight success. But I tell them it's taken 29 years of hard work to become an overnight success.
Now, I've looked up a bit about you. So a few people ask you questions. You and I started a very similar business when we were before we were even 10 years old, where we would fish out the golf balls.
Oh, yeah, I
out of
did
the
that
swamp.
too.
You did that?
Yeah, and
clean them up and sell them.
Sold them.
Sell them off to the unwilling or the stupid golfers that they're buying their own balls
By the way,
back.
that job sucked, didn't it?
Yeah.
We had our laundry full of golf balls, and our job was to clean them with a toothbrush.
Was your dad doing this to you?
Yeah.
Oh, no. See, the difference is that we were doing it ourselves.
Okay, I'm sorry.
She was just one of the slaves.
I was the sweatshop worker.
It's an all right job because at the age of 9, you'd earn 10 or 20 bucks a weekend, but that makes you pimp of the milk bar. So
yeah, exactly.
It was pretty cool.
So you're worth $145 million. Now, and we'll get to how you did this in a second, but when you have that much money, do you just spend? I mean, most people with that kind of money would buy amazing things, go on shopping sprees, and never have to look at a price tag of anything. Are you like that?
Not really. I've got it all reinvested in the business, so my balls are on the line every day of the week. Growing the company because you need cash in the business to grow the business, but nothing's really changed for me. Still have the same friends, still enjoy doing the same things. Few little things have changed, like I sit a bit further up the front of an aeroplane now and I get to fly around the world and have dinner in some pretty nice places, but other than that, nothing.
Don't go crazy on cars or houses, nothing like that?
No, I'm not too crazy. I still enjoy the little things in life, like going out, having a massive night till 4 a.m, then nothing tastes better than a Big Mac meal at that time. So, they're still the things that make me happy.
Do you have a car waiting for you when you go out like that?
No, nothing like that.
What, do you get a cab home?
Yeah, or walk home, stumble home. Sometimes the cabs don't want to pick me up.
You're keeping it real. Definitely keeping it real. So what is the business? How did you make this fortune?
So we sell consumer electronics and technology cheaper than every other company in Australia. So things like LED TVs, LCD TVs, Blu-ray players, we manufacture them and send them direct to customers through an online-only direct business model.
So there's no shop. Because the expense of having retail shops all over the place and paying staff and everything to run those retail shops, that's where a lot of that has to be built into the cost of all these electronics, right?
Exactly. So we've cut out all the middlemen. We still need a lot of staff for customer service, answering phones, emails, and all of that. Yeah. But usually a product involves a lot of middlemen. So usually it goes, from a exporter or a manufacturer to an exporter, importer, distributor, retailer. Everyone along the way wants their 15-20% cut.
Yeah, right.
So we've cut all of that out and giving it direct to the customer, and sometimes they can save 50% or more.
I've noticed that a lot of young people, a lot of young people are all over this. Because what's the name of your website? Kogan.com.
Yeah.
So when there was getting mentioned around the office yesterday, some of the Fringe out here, you met her, see Fringe? It's a bit of a boiler out there, see?
Hello.
Yeah. She didn't know, right? She's like, Kogan.com, what's this? And all the young ones, right, were like, oh, yeah, we're always on that. My friends use, everyone that's young that does a lot of online shopping, they all knew your name.
Because the older generation are scared to shop online.
Yeah, it's like Target in the young generation. Yeah. It's just very well known.
Well, a lot of people say to me, they're like, you're so young to be running such a massive company. And I'm like, well, if I was any older, I wouldn't be able to start this business. I grew up with the internet in high school, at uni, and, whenever a question comes up, we Google it. So it's that generation that whenever they want to make a purchase, they Google something, have a quick read about it, compare prices. But, everyone's catching on these days. My mum's doing everything online now, and I only taught her how to double-click a couple of years ago.
Do you think do you think that's scary in terms of jobs, though, that will be lost?
Look, what people don't realise is online's creating a lot of jobs. Like online retailers, we don't just sit there and NetBank clicking refresh all day. We've got call centres, we've got logistics staff, we've got marketing people, website designers. So the jobs are sort of changing. it's sort of saying, like, you know, people who used to manufacture horse carriages 100 years ago, you know, oh, what happened to those jobs? Well, they sort of changed and cars came along, and now there's people building roads, working in cars, engineering, that sort of stuff. So the jobs are
What about
changing.
the blacksmith, though?
Yeah.
Screw the blacksmith. Someone's got to be a casualty of this.
Now, we're going to take some calls, Ruslan, from people who also have an idea that they think this could be the multi-million-dollar idea that I'm sitting on here. And I think no one's better than to throw it at you, because you'll tell them straight up, right? You'll tell them whether this is a possibility or whether they're wasting their time.
Look, yeah, I'll be honest. I get a lot of people come to me with business ideas all the time.
Oh, how annoying.
The majority... I love chatting to people about that, because I love seeing people try something new.
Yeah.
Well, you know, my brother came up with the invention of the tongue scraper on the back of a toothbrush like 15 years ago, and we all laughed at him. Our whole family were like, "You're a loser. You'll never be anything."
And now it's everywhere.
And now everyone's got that thing.
Yeah, but he didn't do it.
Yeah.
Somebody else did.
He's working at Bob Jane T-Marts at the moment, changing tyres, and he's always talking about it. He's always like, my bloody tongue scraper could have been a millionaire. And I'm like, oh, yeah, sorry about that.
Listen, we're going to take your calls, 13 10 60. If you've got an idea that you want to start a business with, or maybe it's an invention, you can call us, and Ruslan will give you, some feedback on it.
How do you say his name?
Ruslan.
Is that how you say it?
Ruslan. Close enough. I know who you're
She's
talking
trying
about.
to fancy it up. That's what she's always trying to put a fancy
Bit
spin
exotic,
on everything. Yeah, it's Ruslan, isn't it?
Ruslan.
Ruslan.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Ruslan.
You get the gist. If you want to talk to him, ring now. Ruslan Kogan is here, the founder of Kogan.com.au. You can follow him on Twitter as well, if that takes your fancy.
Now,
on the
Ruslan...
number one on the Young Rich list.
Yeah, he's worth, do you like when people say how much you're worth?
Of course he does.
145 million. There
My
you go.
grandma said they undervalued me and I'm priceless, so I prefer her valuation.
I bet. Now, you thought of an amazing idea, and that's brought you wealth, but a lot of people out there have also, they believe they're sitting on an idea that could bring them a lot of money. So they're gonna sort of, pitch their idea to you, and you will honestly tell them whether they've got a chance at this or the reality, I guess.
Jackie, why haven't you pitched your idea?
Which one?
Oh, are you sitting on like a big case
Which one
of
are you
them?
talking about?
Well, you know how you wanted to do the reverse microwave thing?
No, there was someone on Twitter had said an idea, and this is an idea I had also thought of, but probably everyone else has.
Wow, if it's been thought of by more than one person, it's possibly a good idea.
Yes, possibly. Well, Sharky Woo says, I've had this idea for 28 years, a reverse microwave that cools things down. Now, I think that's brilliant as well.
Isn't that just a freezer? Like I sometimes.
That's what I thought.
No, but
That's been invented. Hello.
I know that you can get... I'm talking about doing it like within 30 seconds.
Like a snap freeze sort of a situation.
Yeah, I know they have those, but I know they do it in... Maybe it exists.
In a controlled environment, it's like sometimes you get some beer and it's still warm and you're like, oh, I need to cool this
That's
really
what I
quickly.
mean.
Chuck it in the
Chuck it
freezer,
in the-
forget about it, and it blows up.
Yeah, it
That's
always
what
happens, right?
to me.
Yeah.
Okay,
So we need
great.
a small machine like a microwave that snap freezes
Well, it's
things.
like reverse cycle aircon. It comes in the one. You hit hot.
Oh yeah,
or you
we
hit cold.
get the gist.
Oh right, okay.
We're not stupid. Like we're following your story.
Okay, Glenn, you've got an idea.
Hey, Kyle, Jackie, Russell,
Hey.
how you
Hey,
doing
man.
this morning?
Yeah, good. What's your idea?
Well, with the introduction of the LED lighting in the cars and so forth, I'm thinking for motorbikes, I'm looking at a slimline LED brake light which is built into the helmet
Oh,
to
that's a
make them
good
more
idea.
noticeable.
Yeah, because you don't really see your brake lights that
No,
well.
not
And
on a motorbike.
how will this light know when you're pressing the brakes?
Yeah, that's the thing. Either hardwiring it with you like a spring-loaded, your springy sort of in-car charger coil sort of.
So you'd
plugging
have
into the
a
helmet.
cable connected to it, wouldn't that
Oh no, you won't.
restrict the
don't want
movement
that.
of your head?
Well, you're not in a motorbike. You're not really jumping around. You're not jumping from side to side. You're sitting upright. But that's the tricky part.
You
Getting
could
that
have a
signal.
wireless connection.
Yeah, you could put Bluetooth in there or something
Yeah.
to talk to
Yeah,
the bike, but then you need the bike with Bluetooth installed. You need the helmet with Bluetooth. You're probably looking at something that's going to cost $100 or more.
Yeah, true.
That's
No,
not
I
bad.
don't
To
think
save
that's
someone's
excessive.
life, that's all right. That's not a bad
Depends.
spend.
Is that a real big issue with motorbike riders? That you're not seeing
Well,
often
I think
enough.
so. I mean, a lot of them have got extremely small lighting, like indicators and brake lights, and
Yeah.
and your helmet is the highest point of the bike in traffic.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, the brake light on just a slim line going across the bottom.
I think it'd be a good idea. I think the idea is great. I think unless it became
finessing.
compulsory
Yeah.
for all bikes to have it, that's where you need to make all the money.
I don't even think it needs to be compulsory because all bikers, they care about their life. And one thing they want is safety, safety, safety.
You're right.
So even, you don't need to make something compulsory to people. Who
wanna
jumping
live.
off a cliff is not compulsory, so it's people aren't going and doing it. So
Camilla
I like that
Corbett
idea.
on Twitter says, those robot vacuum cleaners? What about a robot lawnmower? Oh, that's a good idea.
I think that's been done.
Oh, has it? The
I think it
lawnmower?
has. Ryobi has that, I think.
Well, who
It
does? Okay.
just does itself.
Oh, righto. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure that's been done.
Oh, really? Why aren't people all up in arms about all the lost jobs of gardeners and
I don't
things
know.
like that?
Yeah, where is your VIP mowing service procession of people hating everyone?
Denise, what's your idea, hun?
Well, basically, it's after you've had a bath or a shower and you're able to clean most of your body, but there's that part at the back of in between your shoulder blades that you can't do, and you have to walk around and find the husband or find the daughter.
Same
to get
goes
that
for
part
fake
done.
tan. You can't ever do your back.
I
So
know.
what are you suggesting?
Well, it's something, I don't know if you've seen those, they use them in the sink. Got a little long handle, you put the detergent in it. At the bottom there's a sponge and like a scourer for cleansing the plate. So you push on it and the liquid goes into the sponge and then you can, something along those lines. I haven't really come up with a good idea. I mean, if you put cream in the handle and then did the same sort of thing.
So what you're doing is you're stealing somebody else's existing idea, but just putting a different liquid in there.
Rebranding it as your own.
Rebranding it as the moisturiser.
Hey, I like that. You can do that.
You should do that. But
Why don't you just have like a big rubber hand that you just stick in the shower with a loofah on it? Like a big wax hand.
Scrubbers that you pull from side to side, and I thought
this isn't floating your boat, is it, Ruslan?
No.
Yeah.
You're
But
thinking,
look, some of the best ideas out there have been inspired by others. Like Bill Gates got the idea for Windows when he went on a tour of Xerox. Like they had the icons on their photocopiers, and then he said, "Oh, that's a good idea. I'm going to make a whole computer system out of that."
Yeah, so
it's always easier to get inspired by someone else's ideas and make them a bit better.
make them better.
It could be onto something.
Hey, you could
do
have
it,
two
Denise.
rubber hands in the shower. Oh my God, I've just thought of something else I can't discuss.
Okay, John has called through. John, what's your idea?
Yeah, good morning. Mine's a simple idea. It's just in regards to the toilet. So, you know how you got those bins where you use the foot pedal to raise the lid?
Yeah.
We'll use that for the toilet seat. So the man, when he goes to the toilet, all he's got to do is put the pedal.
What a good idea. Because we've always got to touch that filthy thing.
Yeah.
We know it's got spray all over
Do they
it.
exist already in Portaloos?
In boats and portaloos and stuff they do,
Yeah.
But the normal toilet, no.
They should do a fancy one, right? In a nice toilet for the home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it as a guy. I think that's an awesome idea. You'd have to make sure the pedal's well positioned so you don't accidentally step on it while you're sitting down. But other than that,
I think there'd be a lot of pleased women out there thinking, "Oh, great, not a wet seat."
John, that's a great idea.
That is a good idea. Yeah, I like that. Have you thought anything? Have you done anything else about it, or it's just the idea?
It's an idea. I've probably done a little bit of sketch work. But
Oh, you've done a
nothing-
sketch?
Oh, you've done a
solid.
sketch.
post it to the Facebook page.
That's the next level, the sketch, I think.
That is. Good on you, John. That's a good idea, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Great idea. Yeah, I love that.
Okay,
Damien.
Hey, how you going, guys?
Good.
Yeah, good.
I have an iPhone app. I'll try to make it quick. Basically, everyone stands in queues, RTAs, banks, stuff like that. Imagine having an iPhone app where it keeps track of where you are in the queue. So if you've got 50 people in front of you, you can go and pay a bill, grab a coffee or whatever, and then when there's 5 people left, you could start strolling back.
Oh, Damien, that's
Stupid
brilliant.
idea. Who stands in queues these days?
That is brilliant. You can do that anywhere. The doctor's surgery, the deli at the supermarket. You can go off and get all your dairy products, and then it tells you on the phone,
I know
hey,
you're excited.
you're up next.
I know you're excited, but that means that everyone has to be on board with this.
Yeah, but they don't. They no longer give out numbers. They just make you swipe your phone. It's like the e-tag, right? You have to
but
have
hang on,
one.
what if I go to the deli with a BlackBerry?
No, that's fine. It's would it be a generic app?
Well, it
Would
has to
everyone?
be. You can't just be iPhone friendly. Like,
No,
so,
no, of course.
so all of a sudden I can't buy salami because I have a BlackBerry. That's a terrible idea.
No, but do you know what though? If you don't have the app, you wait in line with your ticket though. You just don't have that privilege of being told to.
Oh, I see.
So I love that, Damien.
Yeah.
I reckon you're really onto something. As for me, I would definitely use that.
I think
just
it's
don't know where
okay.
to
It's
start.
no Facebook killer. But you know, look, it's anyone with an iPhone, I don't think is walking into banks anymore. They're probably just on their banking
no,
on their
but
phone.
doesn't it
anyway.
apply to everything, like the doctor's
RTA.
surgery? You know, if you're waiting at the hairdresser, I don't know, just anything like.
If
it's
you're
just
waiting at the hairdresser.
okay, maybe that's
How
a bad
long
example.
is the wait realistically? Can you really leave and do
Sometime-
something else and come
Yeah,
back?
a lot of the time, like when you're at the deli at the supermarket and you have to take a ticket, sometimes you're waiting 10 minutes and you think, I could just be getting on with my grocery shopping.
Yeah,
You know?
I'll make a confession. I'm one of those people at the deli who'll take the ticket, leave, come back and go, oh, what? You didn't call number 63?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then they're like, all right, what would you like?
Yeah, well, you're already doing
Well,
this.
this app isn't for liars like you then. But the RTA, all those, I think, Damien, I would definitely use your app.
You love it. She loves an app, though, Dame. She'll buy any app.
Yeah, well,
Jackie's
anyway.
a champ.
Yeah,
No,
I'm-
I think
I'm
it could work, but everyone has to be on board with it before it takes off, right? That's the hard bit.
No, it doesn't. I don't think so. It's just that if you've got it, you're the privileged one that gets to go off and get on with other
Yeah,
things.
but the doctor has to be on board with
Oh,
it.
sorry,
and
the companies
deli
do,
and all that.
definitely.
Yeah, all that sort of stuff.
That's the tough part
That's the
for
slow
you,
bit.
Damien. You'd have to get everyone on board with it.
Yeah, and that's where it becomes too hard.
yards.
So that's another
well,
fail.
I don't think
Another fail.
Mark Zuckerberg ever said that, or Ruslan never said it's too hard. That's how you do it.
Yeah, but Ruslan invented his business around other people's, their holes in their business. He said, I find a hole in the market
Yeah,
here, I'm
yeah.
going to go and clog it.
Yeah.
And has made all this money. But he didn't have to go around to everyone else and say, oh, would you put an
yeah.
iPad in here and take a ticket? And
Just do it for
is.
all the banks, the supermarkets. Start off with things like that.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
then
just
work out.
small stuff like all the thousands of supermarkets around the country.
and every major bank change the way they operate. That's not too hard an ask.
Damien from Macquarie Fields is going to change the way we do business. I love it.
I think it's a great idea,
Okay,
Damien.
Ruslan, thanks for coming in and sharing your story with us.
Cheers, thank
Yeah,
you.
no worries.
Kogan.com.au. What are you selling on there? TVs,
TVs, Blu-ray
Blu-rays,
players,
everything.
mobile phones. If it's got an electrical plug, we sell it.
Yeah, really? Is that right? Do you do the huge TVs?
Huge TVs, 55-inch LEDs,
Yeah.
things like that, at Australia's best prices. So
Wow.
Really,
that's
it
great.
is. So it's kogan.com.au. That's the website.
Thanks, man. Nice to
Okay,
meet you.
thanks.
Congratulations on that, being on number one on the Young Rich list.